Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to the Permaculture Food Forest update. I'm just going to kind of show you what we got going on this weekend here. We're not going to do any camping because we got quite a bit of stuff to do around the land here. Well, let me start out with, geez, it's hot out here. We're expecting about 105 degrees today, so we'll probably be doing some of our time just sitting in the AC in the RV. But let me tell you what's on the agenda for today. Right now I'm currently transplanting some of these strawberries. Now strawberries send out these little runners, you see that? And that's where new strawberry plants are. So I'm just putting little cups filled with dirt there and setting the runners in there, and then they'll eventually grow in there, and I'll snip the runner off and I'm gonna transplant them over in the other side of the garden. So we got 5 of those that are on their way to get transplanted. And we're also going to be working on our lattice fencing for our grapes down here to climb up. So we're going to pick up some of that lattice fence and hopefully get that stuff put up on the wall today. So you guys might see that. And then we also got some of our herbs, like this yarrow and some of our St. John's wort right here. This stuff's all coming up, so I'm starting to pick it, and we're gonna make some oils, some essential oils out of them, and some tinctures out of both the yarrow and St. John's wort today. Another update, we got raspberries all over our raspberry bushes. You see that? We've been picking them. There's one right here, ready for me to have a good breakfast. Nice and clean and ready to eat. Nothing better than fresh organic fruit from your garden, I tell you what. But other than that, everything else is going good. There's a hollyhock that I transplanted from in the front yard there. That seems to be doing good. And this hyssop right here, which is a great bee plant, I transplanted that one too, and that seems to be going really good. I almost forgot to mention, before I start showing you guys our process of doing these chores that I've been talking about, I wanted to let you guys know that Nick, the guy who owns this other property, I did run into him about 2 days ago. He was back in town for a family reunion, and he's more than willing to sell us some more land. So I told him I for sure want this other piece, which is 2 lots. We originally bought 4 lots, so there's another 4 on that side that we might pick up too. We might just buy the whole thing, but there's 2 lots over there with all that stuff on it, and I guess he had sold it to someone else already, but there was never a deed that changed hands, so he's talking about just giving the guy the money back and letting us buy it all up. So I'll know for sure in a couple days when he gets back from his family reunion. He's going to discuss it with his dad and see if they want to go forward with that. But like I said, he ain't using it. He would like to sell it to us ahead of anybody else, so that's encouraging. But once we get that, then it's on for the small farm gardening, you guys. I'm really stoked for that. Going to be trying to get at least 4 beehives up and running next year. I got a buddy, or I wouldn't really call him a buddy, but a co-worker that I work with that does bees for a living, and he's got I think 1,000 hives out about 20 miles east of here, and that's pretty much his whole income. You know, when you're working with bees, you got the initial startup, and there's some work involved in that, and then pretty much, you know, besides making sure that they got enough sugar water until everything starts blooming, you know, they're pretty much doing all that work for you until fall time or late summer when it's time to harvest the honey. So, you know, you got a good couple of weeks work at the end, but you know, the bees do most of the work for you, and you know, honey lasts a long time. It's a good survival food, a good prepping food, and also there's money to be made in it if you know what you're doing. So that's just something that we've been pondering and thinking about, but we're gonna get working here, and I'll show you some clips of that. Stay tuned. All right, well, we got our lattice fence all up here. We are missing one piece apparently they discontinued this cedar lattice fence, so there is no more in stock in our area. So Kristen had to call up her uncle who lives in Minot, and he picked us a piece, so we're going to be putting the other one up here sometime this week. So the grapes are already starting to climb up a little bit. Should be a good place for them to trellis up on. I'm going to get to picking some of the St. John's wort. Oh, we got a little frog here hopping around. See him? Look at that little guy. Hey guy, what's up? Little toad. That's the first one I've seen this year. Let's try to pick him up. Let him toad around here. Pretty neat. The things you come across in your wild garden. But anyways, you see these St. John's worts are starting to come up. I've been picking them every day for about the past 5 days or so, and every morning they have new bloom. So I'm going to pick these up. I already made an oil with them, a mixture of the St. John's wort and yarrow. So I have that sitting out in the sun. Here, let me show you that. Alright, so here is the oil mixture we made. I don't know if you can really see that, with St. John's wort and yarrow in there. I have a cheesecloth on top to allow the moisture from the leaves and stuff to escape, so it doesn't get rancid or start to rot in there. But I've been letting this sit out the past couple of days. I plan to let it sit in the sun and just kind of warm up and marinate for probably 4 weeks, and then I will strain it all out and put it in a dark glass and use it for future burns or cuts or anything else. But I still have these other St. John's worts, and I need to collect quite a bit because I'm going to be making a tincture with these, and I'll show you that when we get it going. But I'm going to start picking them right now. Alright, well, here's the harvest for today. But like I said, every morning they're filled up. You can see all these little buds on here. Those will all be flowers in the morning. And all the plants have them on there. So I'm going to go put these in the drying rack and let them dry out and wilt for a little bit. Alright, well, here we have our drying racks in the RV here. Got some chamomile in here, some sage, and some yarrow down in here drying up. But over here is where the St. John's wort that I've been picking the past couple of days is. So I'm going to add these new flowers in here and let them wilt down for a couple days, and hopefully by the time all the flowers are done, I'll have enough to make a tincture with these. Alright.